Hey there, Bible lady here, live on Jesus Regional Shit Talking Tour / Wellness Clinic. We are on the journey to find the real Jesus while we're on this tour with him. So grab your shit and come on and let's go. Let's see if we're live over here because we can. How is my mic? Yeah. All right. What about over here? Maybe. Let's find out. Mm, There we go. Yeah. So we are on chapter 24 of Matthew. We have just left off. Jesus is stone cold stunning these masterful priests because they're doing terrible shit in his daddy's house. So we are picking up there. So Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came up to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said, "Do you see all these things? Assuredly, not one stone will be left upon another that shall not be thrown down." Yeah. Now, as he sat on the Mount Olives, his disciples came to him privately, saying, "Okay, Mr. Prophet Face, when is this stuff supposed to happen?" And he said, "Take heed that no one deceives you, for many Mormons will come saying they dream this shit and they'll write a bunch of books, and then people believe it like it's true." That's not what Jesus said. Jesus said something like that, only he didn't use the word Mormons. He might have used Catholic. Oh, he didn't use Catholic either. He just said many people. I am the Lacriste. And wait, many will come in my name saying, "I am the Christ," and will deceive many. And you will hear of wars, rumors of wars. See, you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. That's why you keep your shoes on, because you never know. Mm. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in various places. All these things are just the beginning of sorrow. Oh man, oh man. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And many will be offended and betray another and will hate one another. Then many false prophets that call themselves Mormons and Catholics. I mean, that's not what he said, but many false prophets will rise up and deceive many, mostly Mormons. And be and because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. That's what I said. You got to make it all the way through. If you make it all the way through, then you go to heaven. But if you give up, you go to hell. You go to the bottomless pit. You don't even go to back of line. You go to bottomless pit because you're a quitter. Okay. So, hold on. Then shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations. Then the end will come. Yes. Then you win. You win. It's like, yeah, I win. I go to heaven. But just know, when you go into heaven, you go straight into God's war. You go to heaven, you go straight to war. Once you pass this boot camp, you go straight to war. And then you die in heaven's war and you come back a tiny baby. It's good time. It's good time. Okay. Anyway. And where am I at? Wait. Then the end. Therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, we haven't got there yet. We'll get there. Standing in the holy place, whoever reads, let him understand. Whoever reads this shit, understand it, mofo. And we're understanding the shit out of it. Don't let anybody fool you. We are understanding the shit out of what this book is saying. We know Jesus. We done found him. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not go down to take anything from his house. Let him who is in the field not go back to get his clothes. But woe to those who are pregnant and nursing in those days, and pray your flight may not, and pray that your flight may not be in the winter or on the Sabbath, for even there will be great tribulation. Yeah, so the bad shit's gonna happen on a Sabbath, probably in the winter. Good time. Such has not been since the beginning of the world until this time. No, nor ever shall be. And unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the elect, but for the elect's sakes, those days will be shortened. Then, if anyone says to you, look, here is Le Christ, or there, do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and call themselves Mormons. No, they will arise and show great signs and wonders to deceive. Only none of them have. That's the thing. They write books saying things are going to happen that never happen. They need to shut up. Okay. If possible, even the elect. See, I have told you beforehand. Therefore, if they say to you, look, he is in the desert, do not look. Or he is in the inner rooms. Fuck them. For as lightning comes from the east and flashes to the west, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. For wherever the carcass is, there the eagles will be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then uh, the Son of the Man, then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on cloud dolphin with great power and great glory, and he will send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet. Yeah, because trumpet is God's favorite instrument. God loves the trumpet. And we are in the story of David in the Old Testament, and it's about to get to the absolute man. God loves the trumpet so much. God is such a party animal. And we are there in the Old Testament right now. So yeah, we need to learn how to play a trumpet. We all need to learn how to play a trumpet and then get together and play the trumpet. It'd be so much fun. I'm not going to be able to learn to play the trumpet. Dustin will kill me. But you could play the trumpet. Anyway, your people will probably kill you too. Okay, where was I? Will blow a trumpet, and they will gather together his elect from the four ends, from one end of heaven to the other. Now, learn this parable of the fig tree. This fucking fig tree. What is the parable? Jesus is hungry, so he will kill you. That's not a very good parable. Oh, this fig tree. It gives me so much post-traumatic stress. I feel some kind of way about this fig tree because Jesus literally killed her for no reason. Somebody could have picked that fig before he even got there. He don't know that. But for some reason he's like, fuck you, fig tree, die forever. And it's so terrible. Jesus told the fig tree to fuck off. What? Okay. So he's going to tell us about a different fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know summer is near. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near. And then when Jesus is hangry, he will demolish you. That is not what that says. It says, when you see all these things, know it is near at the door. Assuredly, I say to you, listen, I'm telling you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will by no means pass away. No, because Nikki K. the Great is reading them out loud on camera. They are going nowhere, little dude. Do you know? He knows. Listen. But of that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, in the other Bible, it tried to change his name. Don't let these motherfuckers change his name. His name is Noah. In the other Bible, it changed it to Noe, but that is not his name. Maybe in your Bible, it says a different name also, but his name is Noah. Okay. So also will the coming days of the Son of Man be. As for in the days before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark and did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be. Then two men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other one left. Two women will be grinding at the mill. One will be taken and the other left. Watch, therefore, you do not know what hour your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known the hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed to have his house broken into. Therefore, you also be ready. Don't get ready, stay ready. Jesus is telling you right here, don't get ready, stay ready. Listen. Be good in the world, be good at the world. It's exactly what he's saying. It's not just shit I made up. Well, the wording I kind of made up. Well, I've heard it other places also. But I put it together like that myself. For the hold on, be ready. For the Son of Man is coming to you in an hour you do not expect. Riding cloud dolphin. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his master made? Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's good time. Okay. So, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his master made ruler over his household? None. They're fucking stupid and they're terrible and very, very mean for no reason. But made over his household to give them food and do what? Who then is a faithful and wise servant whom his master made ruler over his household to give them food in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his master, when he comes, will find so doing. Assuredly, I say to you that he will make him ruler over all his stock. But if his evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying, uh, and it is delaying coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunkards, so the master of that servant will come on a day when he is not looking, and an hour he's not aware, and will cut him in two and appoint his proportion with the hypocrites. There shall also be weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Why doesn't that sound right? Hold on. My master is delaying and coming, and begins to feed his fellow servants and to eat and drink with drunkards. The master of that servant will come on a day when he is not expecting, and will cut him in two and appoint him his portion with the hypocrite. There shall be weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Yeah, but what does that even mean? Like, he's just gonna cut his portion and give it to his friends? Okay, well, I don't know what that means, but okay. I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that means? Wait, hold on. There. All right. If you're watching, I don't know if you're watching or not, but anyway, you know who I'm talking to if you're watching. Look for my little typey thing. That's where you chat, right there. And we are going on to chapter 25. Oh, I found my Johnny Depp mega pint, by the way. I don't know if anybody was around for the Johnny Depp trial, but I found a mega pint. And I just found it again. Okay, so chapter 25 of Matthew. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. Okay, so there were 10 women. 5 of them were wise and smart, and 5 of them were really stupid. And hold on. So they were foolish. Okay. And those who were foolish took their lamps and oil with them. But the wise took, hold on. The kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10. See, this is not written like my other. This is not written like my other book. This one, the words are bigger, but now it's difficult because I know the story and it's not written that way. Okay. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. Now, 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil, but the wise took the oil in their vessels with their lamps. But while the bridegroom was delayed, they slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard, Behold, the bridegroom is coming. Go and meet him. Then all the virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, hey, can we have some of that? And they were like, nope, because we won't have enough. And while they went to buy, you got to go buy some. So while they went to go buy some, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went with him to the wedding, and the door was shut. And afterwards, the other ones came, and they said, Lord, open, open. And he said, I do not know you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Jesus is about to get him. Get him. Jesus is going to shit it on him. Okay, he says, watch, therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming. For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And he gave one 5, another 2, and one 1, to each according to his ability, and immediately went on a journey. Then he who had received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. And likewise he who had 2 gained 2 more also. But he who had 1 went and dug a hole in the ground and hid his money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he who had received the 5 came and brought 5 more, saying, here's a new 5. And the one who did 2, oh, wait, hold on. He said, here's another 5. And the Lord was like, well done, good and faithful servant. I will make you ruler over many things. And he who had received 2 talents came and delivered the 2 more. And he said, you delivered me 2. I have gained 2 more. And then the guy was like, well done. You have been good and faithful. I will make you ruler over many things. Then the one who had received the 1 talent came and said, I know you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered. And I was afraid and went and hid your money in the ground. Here, you have back what is yours. But his Lord had said, you wicked and lazy servant. You knew I reap where I have not sown and gathered where I have not scattered. So you might have deposited my money with the bankers, and I would have received back with interest. So take the raiment from him and give it to him who has 10. For everyone who has more will be given and will have abundance. But for him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. See, and that's the part I don't understand. I don't get that at all, not even a little bit. Like this whole story, I don't understand it. Because he's telling a story about a bad guy trying to make it a good story. And it's like, no, this guy's a bad guy. Why would he be mad at him for being good? And why would Jesus even tell a story about a bad guy in the first place? And somebody's supposed to understand that. Somebody that's not me is supposed to understand that because I I just even reading it's like, what the fuck does this even mean? No one knows. But then Jesus says, for everyone who has more, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken. And cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing. Weeping is okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is he calling this bad guy a good guy? Like, here, I'm giving you these little things. Go and hustle. Is he like saying that's like a preacher sending people out into places they don't belong? That's the only way that would make sense, except for why. I don't know. I don't know. It's not for me to understand. I don't know. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them from one end to another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. Okay. And he will set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Oh, is that why Baphomet is a goat? I bet that's why Baphomet's a goat. Oh, that's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. Because Baphomet's got like a bazillion titties. And it's a goat. It's a goat with a lot of human titties. It's really weird. I don't know. Anyway. Well, now we know why Baphomet's a goat. Yeah, but what about the owl? Where does that go? I like, oh, that would be at the south, right? Hold on. No, none of them. Okay, never mind. Because I was trying to think of the order. I don't remember the order, but I definitely know Baphomet's a goat with a lot of titties. Okay. Then the king will say to those on his right hand, come, you blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you gave me clothes. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did all of these things happen? And he will say, assuredly, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of my brothers, you did it for me. Then he will say to those on the left, depart from me, you cursed Baphomets. Go to back of line. Because all of these things happened to me and you told me to talk to the hand. Then they will answer saying, we did not know. And then Jesus will be like, you did it to somebody. So that's doing it to me because you did it to somebody. Now go away. I don't know you. Listen. Okay. Listen. This is about to be a really long chapter. So listen. Go get a drink of water and go pee real quick because I'm telling you, this chapter 26 is almost 3 pages long and we are not stopping. So, real quick, go get a drink of water and go pee. And come right back, literally. Chapter 26 is 3 pages long. Oh, uh, okay, well, I guess not. Okay, chapter 26. Now it came to pass when Jesus had finished all these sayings, he said to his disciples, now, after 2 days is the Passover, and the Son of Man will be delivered up to be crucified. How many of them rolled their eyes at this point? It's like, how many times are you just going to say this? Oh, can you just stop? And then the chief, oh, something happened. Okay. Then the chief priests and the scribes, the elders of the people assembled at the palace of the high priest. His name was Caiaphas, and plotted to take Jesus by trickery and kill him. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. Okay. Okay. But they said, not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people. And when Jesus was in Bethany at the house of Simon the leper, and a this should say alabaster flask, but for some reason it says a baster flask of very costly fragrant oil. And she poured it on Jesus' head at the table. But when his disciples saw it, they said, can't you see he's eating food, woman? Why are you pouring oil on the food that he's putting in his mouth? What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? He's got food in his face. No, they didn't say that. They said, what are you doing? Right? This you could have given money to, we could have sold this and give it to poor people or something. Jesus is here. It was definitely poor people. Uh, but Jesus was aware of their bullshit, and he said, why do you trouble this lady? She has done a good work for me. You will have the poor always to pretend that you care about. But me, you do not have to pretend you care about always. For in pouring this fragrant oil on my body, she did it for my burial. Remember, I told you I was about to die. Assuredly, I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, this woman, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her. But we never give her name. We just assume it's somebody called Mary, but we don't know that because they're just like this woman. We just get to put a name on her, whatever. Then one of the 12, called Judas, went to the chief. Oh my God! Now I know why this page. Oh, why it's 3 pages long. Okay, I wish I would have been better prepared. Anyway, Judas went to the chief priests and said, what are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you? And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. So from that, he sought the opportunity to betray him. You should have went for gold, asshole. Why would you get a penny when you could get a silver dollar? Anyway. Now, on this first day of the feast of unleavened bread, which is actually Passover, that day is called Passover. And it's the 14th of April. Anyway, now on the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, which is the actual Passover, by the way, the disciples came to Jesus saying, "Where do you want to eat, dude?" And he said, "Go into the city to a certain man and say to him, Jesus said his time is at hand and we need to eat at your house. So, whatever that means to you, we got to eat here." And when evening had come, he sat down with the 12. And as they were eating, there was more than just 12 disciples here because there was also Lazarus. Lazarus was also here and he was next to Jesus, like pretty much in his arms. Okay. So anyway, we haven't got to the scenery yet. Anyway. Okay. Now, Jesus sat down with the 12 at the dinner, and as they were eating, he said, "Assuredly, I say to you, one of you will betray me." Okay. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and each of them began to say, "Is it me?" You would know if it was you. Shut the fuck up. And he answered and said, "He who dips his hand with me in the dish will betray me. The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written, but woe to that man whom it betrays the Son of Man. It would have been good for him to be catapulted into a fish tank with pedophiles." And then Judas, who who is the actual culprit, answered and said, "Rabbi, is it I?" And Jesus said, "Why do you want me to tell everyone? You're the one that said it, not me. You said it, not me." And as they were eating, Jesus took bread, blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to his disciples. See, this is bullshit. This story is so much longer, and it is so much better. And it was just, it's not giving me an opportunity to tell the whole story. Okay. Anyway, I'm I asked for the big worded Bible so I could see. So this is my fault, and I'm doing the best I can. Huh. Okay. So as they were eating, Jesus took bread and blessed and broke it, and he gave it to his disciples and said, "This is my body. Eat it." Then he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink it, for this is my blood. It's a new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins." Again, remission does not mean it goes away. It means it goes into hiding. Doesn't go away, it just goes into hiding. Okay. It's like cancer. Cancer goes into remission. It's still there. It's just sleeping. But I say to you, I will not drink this fruit of the vine from now until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung a hymn, they went to the Mount Olive. Then Jesus said, All of you will be made to stumble because me this night. Hold on. All of you will be made to stumble because of me this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. Yeah, things are going to happen. Okay, so, but after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee. They never make it there. And Peter answered and said, even if all are made to stumble because of you, I will never, never be made to stumble. Yeah, yeah, you will, Peter. You were the first and the worst. And Jesus said, listen, I say to you, this night before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. And Peter said, even if I have to die, I will not deny you. Coward! Fuck that guy. Fuck you. I hate this guy. I'm sorry. I can't. And so all the disciples, they said the same thing. And Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, Gethsemane, I don't know, and said to all the disciples, sit here while I go and pray over there. And he took with him Peter and the sons of thunder, and he began to be sorrowful and deeply distressed. Then he said, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch with me. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, my Father, if it is possible, look, I have made some friends. I know they're really shitty, but I mean, they're pretty good. I mean, they're mostly good, right? And I made some friends. And, if you wanted, I could stay here with my friends. Well, I understand if you don't want me to stay here with my friends, but they kind of need me. I mean, have you seen them? They're kind of terrible. They're really bad at life. They need me. No, you're not buying it. No. Okay, well, that sucks. So then, then he came back to the disciples and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, what? You cannot watch 1 hour? Watch and pray unless you enter to temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. So I think he wanted Peter to pray, stay awake and pray, and tell God that Jesus was his friend. But Peter did not do that. Again, a second time, he went away and prayed. Do you see what I'm saying? They need me just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. That's all. So I can love them just a little bit longer, you know? Yeah, no, no. Okay, well, I mean, I tried. I tried. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away again and prayed for the first time or the third time. Like, really? Please. I just stay just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. I mean, my sweat is bloody. Like I'm fervently saying things I would like to not. die like that. Like, you know what's about to happen, right? Like, I don't know. Not exactly my favorite thing. No? Okay. Well, I tried. So then he went and he's like, "Are you guys done yet? Look, it's almost time. Come on." And while he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, with a great multitude with swords and clubs, came from the chief priests and the elders of the people. How now his betrayer had given them a sign, saying, "Whomever I kiss, he is the one. Seize him." Immediately he went to Jesus and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. Look, don't let any God people kiss you, because that shit's betrayal. Yeah. And don't kiss nobody with a promise. That's what that it will be broken. Okay. But Jesus said, "Oh yeah, why are you here?" And then they came and laid their hands on Jesus and took him. And suddenly, one of those who were with Jesus stretched out his hand and drew his sword, struck the servant and the high priest, and cut off his ear. But Jesus said, "Put your sword in its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Or do you think that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he will send angels and help me? Look, how can anything happen if I do that? Shut up." In that hour, Jesus said to the multitude, "So why are you coming like this? I didn't do anything bad to you. I've been with you every day in the temple. Look, why?" Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. Cowards, all of them. And I've already said this in the beginning. Well, in the beginning of me doing this, I would have just told Jesus, "Yeah, I can't go, dude. I'm not going to be able to shut up. I'm sorry, but have a good time." And all those who had laid hold of Jesus, led him away to Caiaphas, where the scribes and the elders, were assembled. But Peter followed him at a distance to the high priest's courtyard and went in and sat to see the end. Now, the chief priests and the elders and all the council sought false testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. Even though many false witnesses came forward, they found none. But at last, two false witnesses came forward and said, "This fellow said, 'I'm able to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days.'" And the high priest arose and said to him, "Do you got anything to say? What these guys are saying stuff." And Jesus was like, "Plead the fifth, drink the fifth. I ain't got shit to say, son. It's shut the fuck up Friday." Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, uh, and the high priest said back to him, "I put you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ." And Jesus said, "You said it. I say to you, thereafter, you will see me on Cloud Dolphin at the right hand of power, coming on Cloud Dolphin." Then the high priest tore his clothes and got naked and said, "It's blasphemy. There are no Cloud Dolphins." What further need do we have of witnesses? Look, you have heard the blasphemy. What do you think? There is no Cloud Dolphin. And then they decided he was deserving of death for saying he's got cloud dolphin. And they spat in his face and beat him. Others struck him with the palms of their hands, saying, "Prophesy to us at Le Christe, who is the one who struck you?" Now Peter sat outside in the courtyard, and a servant girl came to him, saying, "You were with that guy that they're beating up over there, weren't you?" And Peter was like, "No, no, no, not I. It's some other guy. Might be my brother. As my brother, he's a little kooky." And then he left from there, and another girl saw him, and she was like, "Oh, this guy, he's with the guy." And Peter's like, "I do not know what you're talking about." And another one was like, "Oh, no, no, you're definitely, I got the poster. There's a poster of you. I got the poster." And Peter's like, "This is not me." And then you're, "Burr, burr, 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 burr," the bird quacking. And then Peter remembered what Jesus said. And then he got real sad. And then from that day forward, he decided he was going to be crucified upside down because shit's so scary, man. Oh, look. Yeah, we are done. Awesome. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Yeah. Oh, wow. And it's 8 o'clock. I got time before my dad calls me for my medicine. All right. Awesome. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Yes. Like and subscribe, and we have the best time ever. Anyway, I love you so much. Bye.